Hello viewers, my name is Chase Clover and this is my review, or my preview and prediction video of the USW pay-per-view entitled USW Ultimate Consequence 2014. This pay-per-view will be live on July 27, 2014 and is one of USW's biggest 4 pay-per-views on their pay-per-view lineup for the year. The pay-per-view will have 10 matches and the matches should be good. They should be well worth the buy for this pay-per-view if you're gonna buy this to watch the matches, and if you're gonna buy this to see how the matches turn out, then I think you're gonna get your money's worth. But the problem with the pay-per-view is that it had no hype. They didn't even hype up the main event matches that well. So anyway, and also I'm recording this video on Friday, and this video will not come out until, I believe, Sunday, so this is why this video is coming out on Sunday. So anyway, let's get into it. The kickoff match, Anarchy vs. BP Fierce. Anarchy was supposed to face Ash for the Blue Belt Championship, but Ash is out with like an injury or something, and so he's facing BP Fierce non-title match. So he's facing BP Fierce as in like a replacement match. Should be a good match. 2 good competitors, 2 real competitors, and I'm looking forward to it. My prediction is that Anarchy is going to win. Second match is the 2-on-1 handicap match. Benny Franklin and Ezra and Kills vs. Cannon. Nothing much to this. I think they're going to start a Cannon and Prophecy versus Benny Franklin and Ezra and Kills rivalry for the tag titles. And, you know, I don't have a problem with that. It would give the tag titles some meaning. But, being as Cannon is going to go in a 2-on-1 handicap match against these two without Prophecy, because Prophecy's already got a match in the pay-per-view, that kind of puts a damper on their rivalry and how they started the rivalry. So I don't really have a problem with them having the rivalry, but my problem with the rivalry is that it's starting off in a way that isn't too interesting. So my prediction, Benny Franklin and Kills are going to win. Third match on the card is Gringo versus Western Light. Gringo is the partner of Fernandez, Western Light's the partner of Mashigeta, and being as those two are facing off in a rivalry, I guess that means the other two have to have a meaning besides being a manager. Should be a good match. I'm expecting Western Light to come out on top simply because of the, you know, experience versus inexperience. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Western Light came out on the victory side. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Mashigeta or Fernandez were to get involved in this match. And, you know, that simply just would add to their rivalry and the match later on in the night. So my prediction, though, is Western Light's going to be Gringo. Fourth match on the card is a no disqualification match for the Extreme Championship. Crimson Red defends the title against MC4. Should be a good match. They did pretty well to hype this match up in the past few weeks. I think they did, you know, really well. I think they made an effort for once with this rivalry, which I'm happy to see, and which I'm happy that occurred, because I don't think they would have gotten too many positive responses had this match not been hyped up. And so I give USW credit for hyping this match up and getting the needed hype for the match to make people want to watch it, not think of it as a bathroom break. I think the bathroom break match would probably be something like probably be Switchblade and Dwayne Porter versus Blade and Dustin Raymond, but I'll get into that in a minute. But I think this match should be one of the matches that I actually look forward to. So yeah, I feel like you guys should end up watching this match, and I think for once the Extreme Championship match is actually going to be a match that is, you know, a good match and something that people would look forward to. And I'm looking forward to seeing if they're going to continue this rivalry and if they're going to continue hyping this up the way they have been. So they did a good job, and I'll give them credit for that. they've earned the credit for that, and, being as this is a good match, and this could be a good rivalry. This could be a very interesting rivalry, and it is a very good and interesting rivalry. The only problem that I have with it is that even though it's a good rivalry, it's not being hyped up very well. And I'm not hoping, but I'm looking forward to having that change, because I'm wanting that to change. I think these two, if they have hype to the matches, then the matches could be very interesting. They could be very looked forward to, and the Extreme Championship for once wouldn't be the worst singles championship. I mean, they're a minor championship. The International Championship is a territory championship, yet the International Championship seems to be better than the Extreme Championship. But, I would also throw other performers in the mix. Maybe Titanfall. I know that there have been multiple rumors about Washington. It's a new performer coming up that they want to have fight for the Extreme title. I know that they want James and Chain Reaction to face for it. I know they can get others like, Chris Ross and Philip Akron, even though those two have had success in past, and, even though they would go for a minor, the worst championship, singles championship in the organization, I still think that they could bring interest to the rivalry and make this championship match look forward to, and maybe even have multiple people face for the Extreme Championship, like, let's say, a tournament, or, let's say, multiple number one contenders matches, trying to get to this championship, and trying to get to the next pay-per-view, with a win, and with the chance to face for the championship. So I feel like they could do a lot more with the Extreme Championship now if they were to hype up their matches and hype up the rivalry. So, good job for USW and doing that. I give them credit. So my prediction is that MC4 is going to win. Sorry, Crimson Red, but I don't see you breaking MC4's record of 147 days. The fifth match, the Bulletproof Series Finals match, Prophecy versus DHIG. Seems to be a good match. Seems to be something that you could look forward to. Wasn't really hyped up very well. Was hyped up maybe once or twice out of the past, 4 weeks that USW intensity has been going on since Hardcore Heaven. They did it the first week, and they did it last Wednesday. So having this match without too much hype brings less interest, because, this is the Bulletproof Series. You brought it back this year. I don't think you're bringing it back next year, because it is very hard to manage, and it's visible, even, throughout intensity and pay-per-views. I know it can get stressful, but, you gotta hype it up a little bit or a little bit better, because you don't have all the other performers in the Bulletproof Series, so you have some time to hype up for the finals. So you bring it back, you want it to go out with a bang, so you should have done a little bit more with Prophecy and DHIG. Maybe have Cannon get involved with Prophecy's match, maybe cost him the match, and then have Benny Franklin and Kills come afterwards. Maybe even have a Cannon and Prophecy breakup, I don't know. I don't think they would do that now, but especially considering their next update pack is next update pack is probably gonna have to say early August, and that involves a Cannon and Prophecy tag team and attires. So I don't think they were breaking them out yet, but seems like a good match, and it seems like it could be very interesting. Even though it didn't have too much hype, I think it could be a good match, and a match that is well worth the money. My prediction is that Prophecy is gonna win. And then maybe go on to face the USW title again, like he won what he did when he won the 20-man gauntlet match in 2013. So, anyways, moving on. Sixth match on the card is Switchblade and Dwayne Porter versus Blade and Dustin Raymond. Okay, this match is not very good, going into it, because you should have a Switchblade versus Blade match and a Dwayne Porter versus Dustin Raymond match. You should have them separate. Don't make these two a tag team. You have, on both teams, you have one person who's great at tag teams, has a lot of tag team experience, and the other has none. So you're pairing them up. It's kind of like, and even though Dustin Raymond and Dwayne Porter are better than Switchblade and Blade, it seems like you have Switchblade and Blade trying to teach Dwayne Porter and Dustin Raymond. It's I don't know. I don't know where to go with that. I don't know what to say about that. But it's just I'm not looking forward to this match, and I'm not looking forward to the matches that they have going on with these two performers tag team or teaming up against the other two performers. It's not worth it. It's not worth the money. You may be a Dwayne Porter fan, you may be a Dustin Raymond fan, you may be a Switchblade and Blade fan. I'm not. I don't care about that shit. I don't give a damn. These performers deserve to have singles matches, and Switchblade and Blade deserve to have, to be able to get more experience as singles competitors, because they're not going to be a tag team forever, and they can't, especially now with each other, because their team's broken up. So, it's just, I don't know where to go with that. It's just, I'm not looking forward to this match, and I'm not going to look forward to the matches going on. This is just a terrible rivalry. My prediction, Switchblade and Dwayne Porter are going to win. 7th match on the card is for the International Championship. Masvidal defends against Fernandez. And, once again, like I said, that these two could end up interfering in the Gringo and Western Light match. I feel like Gringo and Western Light will get involved in this match, and I won't be surprised if that happens. But, I don't see Fernandez really winning this championship. I don't think he has enough experience to beat Masvidal. And I feel like Masvidal has an upper hand of some sort. I don't know what it is yet, but he has like an upper hand of some sort going into this match. I think maybe it's like that underdog feeling, like he got beat down earlier, so now he's going to get his revenge, and he's going to get, it's going to backfire on these other two. Something like that kind of would be awesome. Something like that would be interesting and new and all that stuff. So, something like having the underdog as a veteran, or the veteran as an underdog, and the rookie or the newbie, or the one who's still learning the ranks be the veteran, or being the favorite. I feel like that's a switcheroo, and I feel like, or that could be a switcheroo, looking into it rivalry and script-wise. But I don't feel like the underdog is going to be counted out or going to be taken down. I feel like the underdog in this case is much stronger than the favorite, so I feel like the underdog's going to come out on top. So I feel like Masvidal is going to retain the title. 8th match on the card is Yo-Yo Joe versus Alex in the only filler match on the card. I don't know why you would have these two paired up in a match, because you have Yo-Yo Joe's coming out from a loss against Enigma, multiple losses. Alex coming off against a loss to Capital on the other pay-per-view. So I guess I could see where they're coming from with this kind of match. A challenger who lost versus a challenger who lost, so they don't have a title match, so they want to have them, put up. So, I mean, it's strange how now they were able to fit Zach Hardy or Enigma in the pay-per-view. They were able to fit Yo-Yo Joe, Masvidal, Western Light, and Cannon all in the pay-per-view. Different scenarios. Cannon in a handicap match. Western Light in a rivalry match, Masvidal in a rivalry match, Yo-Yo Joe in a filler match, and Enigma in a, I guess you would call it a much awaited main event match, or title match, but I don't really see the interest in it. I feel, don't get me wrong, I feel like it could be a good match. I feel like it could be interesting, but here's the thing with this match for me. I feel like this match is not interesting. It could be very, good to watch. Could be entertaining to watch. Alex's high-flying moves, Yo-Yo Joe's powerhouse moves. I feel like it could be interesting, and these two could have a great match, but I don't feel like it's very fan dependent on. Like, I don't think they're gonna pay money to see Yo-Yo Joe or Alex in this kind of match. They would pay for the main event matches, but I don't feel like they would pay for these two in a match. But my prediction is that Yo-Yo Joe is gonna win. Ninth match on the card, or no, never mind. I feel like Alex is gonna win. Ninth match on the card is the USW World Heavyweight Championship match. Capital defends against Lone Wolf. Not much to say about this match. Lone Wolf came out, the last two times that he went to face for this championship belt, he lost against Margigeta both times at Called Greatness and No Remorse. And I think it's going to be the same thing here. Capital's going to break, well, it's possible, but I think Capital's going to break Chris Ross's record of 84 days. So I think Capital's going to win the match. Main event match, 10th match on the card, USW Championship, Enigma versus Derek Carter. That match added intensity, or that portion, the final portion of intensity last Wednesday was what made intensity absolutely terrible. It made it very bad. It made it horrendous. I hated intensity last Wednesday, and it feels like you need to have some kind of build of some sort. And they didn't do that with this rivalry. They had Derek Carter come back out of nowhere. They may have said he was coming back, but they never told anybody, who was coming back. And they should have brought him back the week before this past intensity, and they could have done something with him this intensity, but they brought him back, and they turned him heel on the same time. You could have brought him back the week before, and then turned him heel this past intensity. That's what would have worked better. But, no. USW has to do things their own way. Don't get me wrong, it's not always bad, but, listen to the fans sometimes. Maybe, I know that Enigma being heel or Zach Hardy being heel is not the greatest thing that you want, but still, it's interesting, and, there are a lot of haters for Zach Hardy. There are more people who love Zach Hardy than hate Zach Hardy, than those who hate Zach Hardy, but still, you have it, interesting, you have it, a different lineup, and I would love to see Zach Hardy back as a face. I think heel is not working out for him. I think he may be enjoying it, but I don't think he is a naturally born heel. I think he's meant to be. He's meant to be a good guy, and was not meant to be a bad guy. But I feel that now, even though that he's heel, you have many more chances to, you have many more chances to give others a spotlight. Like Cannon, Margigeta, Western Light, Yo-Yo Joe, you have those chances, those performers having chances. I'm surprised that Yo-Yo Joe's not taking time off, honestly. But you have many more chances to make that, those people top faces. And especially now that Derek Carter's back and he's a heel, you have chances to make other people top faces. Maybe Dwayne Porter, Dustin Raymond, get them out of that rivalry. Something like that, something that, puts other people ahead of Zach Hardy. I think that would be interesting, and I think that would be new. And I feel like Zach Hardy is going to end up winning the match. So I feel like Enigma's going to retain the title, and that's that. So anyway, guys, that was my preview and prediction video for the July 27th, 2014 USW pay-per-view entitled USW Ultimate Consequence 2014. Remember, guys, to like, favorite, and subscribe for more. I am Chase Clover, signing off.